All right, are we live? Hello, you guys. Welcome to the first video of Transcend the podcast, or the Transcend Collective. I don't even know what the name of it is because I just started. Sorry if you can hear the garage that I live above. Yeah, like I said, this is my first time recording a podcast episode on video, so a couple of things. One, if I don't look at the camera, it's because I feel like I'm making eye contact with someone when I look at the camera, and I don't like that. Two, I've never done this before, so this video could not even go out because I don't know how I'm going to edit it. Also, my camera's probably going to die, so we'll see how much I can get. But I just wanted to hop on and almost do this is kind of exposure therapy for me because I don't like being seen. And I wrote a whole substack about it last night because yesterday I had my sister come over here and take some photos for me because I just wanted batched content for when I'm feeling inspired. And she took some photos. She was like, these are so good, these are so good. And then I sat down and looked at them and I just couldn't handle it. It's so dumb, but I really hated the pictures. I got wicked upset. My whole day was ruined. And it's so stupid because I am well aware that people have real problems and that people with real problems would trade their problems to look like me in those pictures. I understand that. I have problems that are bigger too. And so that made me even more angry at myself and just why am I like this? Why can't I like myself? Because confidence is just a feeling. If you behave in a confident manner and believe that you are worthy, then you are. It doesn't matter what anyone thinks about you. It doesn't matter what anyone has to say about you. I could walk up to you and say, you have red hair. And you just don't. Because I say it doesn't make it true? No. So I am in process, and that's where transcend comes from. I am a human being in process, and I'm also Italian, so I talk with my hands a lot. But I am not going to be on 100% of the time. I am not going to like myself 100% of the time. I might not even like myself 90% of the time yet, but I am in the process of becoming. And that is where the idea of Transcend Collective came from, was that the wellness space now is so different than it was, say, 10 years ago in 2016. In 2016, I was going to the gym twice a day, doing an hour of cardio, and I just looked like a melted candle, but I loved it, it was horrible. Not a good time for me. But now I am really diving into my religion. I am really diving into spirituality and religion in different ways. I'm really just doing what makes me feel good. And I feel like the wellness space today really reflects that. A lot of other people are just doing what makes people feel good. And the beautiful thing about it is, think about fitness, think about food, think about all of these things that represent quote unquote wellness. Today, you can do things that are easier and that make you feel really good. Just making sure my daughter's sleeping, that make you feel really good, that aren't so hard. 10 years ago, I thought that I only worked hard enough if it felt hard enough. If I punished myself enough, if I push myself enough. And the same goes for work and other things. People don't think, or at least the people that I have been surrounded by and conditioned by my whole life, suffering equates to success. That has been pushed in my brain, pushed on my brain for as long as I can remember, the pull your bootstraps up type of motivation, which is not who I want to be. It doesn't motivate me at all. And I also don't want my daughter to feel like she has to be motivated by that kind of mindset. I want my daughter to grow up thinking that she has the world by the gonads. I want her to think that she can literally do anything she wants to do. That is sort of the mindset that I've been in. I am a very responsible person. So like within reason, I think this way, but it really is true. Like whatever you want in this life, whatever it is, you want to be a singer, you want to be a millionaire, you want to start a business, do you want to open a bakery? The only thing that's stopping you from doing that is yourself. Because if you wanted to do it, you would take the steps that you have to take to get to that place. And without being harsh on myself, that's something that I have been reminding myself of, is that I have all of these expanders, right? These people that I look up to, these people that have what I want already, the Melissa Woods, the Whitney Simmons, Elizabeth Endress is a really big one for me. I want to be like these people. I want to build community. I want to build a solid space that feels really good for a lot of people. And I was really uncertain. Actually, I did not believe that I was worthy of that. I did not believe that I had enough to say. I did not believe that people would want to look at me or listen to me, or that I was qualified enough, which is hilarious because not that like college gives you qualifications. I think lived experience is more than reading a book, but I've been in college for 10 years. So if you want a qualification, there it is. But my postpartum dementia makes it seem like I've never read a book in my life. But I'm so inspired by spaces like that, like the Alive app, like Melissa Wood Health, like the Wellness Process podcast, where wellness can feel really good and it can be uplifting and inspiring and no pressure and no like, let's get her done, like type of energy. I do not vibe off of that. I do not do well with that. I do well with, hey, here's, you are in control. I think maybe it's because of my anxiety, right? Because anxiety makes me feel so out of control. But when I am given space to feel like I am in control of my health and my wellness, that makes me feel really good. And also just not being shamed for like not wanting to drink matcha in the morning and like not wanting to go run 7 miles in the morning. Everyone's version of wellness looks so different. And I think that's really beautiful. So Transcend Collective is a space where we can all, it's not about me, it's a space where we can all hold each other in the process of becoming. Because that is the beautiful thing about life. I don't know if I've said this already because I have postpartum dementia, but I will look back and see if I've said it already and cut it out if that happens. I think the most beautiful thing is that wellness has no end goal, right? You can have small goals within your wellness journey and meet them. But I think it's so beautiful that we have the opportunity to just keep leveling up and keep getting better and keep learning. I will always consider myself a lifelong learner. I will never consider myself someone who has it all figured out or knows everything. I'm always wanting to listen. And that's where I thought of like the podcast space for Transcend, because I love to have people on and talk with and learn from their wealth of knowledge and also their lived experience. And that is really exciting to me. And I also have the Substack portion, which is my writing, my lived experience, what I'm learning, which I think is really valuable. And that's the first time I've ever thought that, because like I said, my self-worth has always been really low, which is hilarious because I have been studying psychology for the past like 10 years. 12 years almost. And so I've got the mind part down, but the part that I'm really diving into now is the body. So that's like kind of where what I'm really focused on in this moment is the body work, because what I failed to realize 10 years ago when like I started thinking about wellness is that it really is threefold. It's not cliche. It's not gimmicky. Wellness is mind, body, and soul. And it's so simple, but that's the epiphany that I've like had over the past couple of months. I think because I've been faced with some really, really difficult things in my personal life that have put things into perspective and my priorities into place. And I have felt so bad that I have needed to figure out how to feel good. And for me, that is mind, right? I go to therapy every week. What day is it? Wednesday? I have therapy tomorrow. Every Thursday, I go to therapy. And I am a clinician because the clinicians need clinicians too. I always say it's important to be in therapy also when you're feeling good. Therapy is important to talk it out, to have someone, a third party who has no stake in your life journey, to help you conceptualize and understand and work through everything mentally. And then there's the body. You can't just focus on the mind. You also have to focus on the body because your feelings live in your body. You live in your body. The body might even be the most important thing. It definitely is. Your body, you should read The Body Keeps the Score. That's a really, really good book. I read it in my undergrad in like 2015. Such a good book. Your body goes through everything. Right? In our minds, we can kind of like push something out of our mind if we want to, but your body keeps the score. So I'm blanking it. Oh, I was talking about mind, body, soul. Body, this is something that I just started learning about and just started working on. My friend Allie is a breathwork facilitator. If you're here, you definitely know who Allie is. She's the best. I wish she was here right now, but she's got her own shit to do. She's been teaching me about breath work and energy healing and all of the things body because I understand the way that I'm feeling. I understand what I'm feeling. I understand where it comes from. Logically, I got it. I don't need to mentally talk or work through anything. I like to vent every week during therapy. It's easy to just like, or it makes things easier to just get it out and have someone who isn't a part of my life just really hear what's going on and validate that. And then I have been meditating every day. Last night I fell asleep meditating. This morning I woke up and meditated. I did some like intuitive type movement this morning because movement is really hard for me right now. I'm 8 months postpartum. That's why I keep looking down because my daughter is on a monitor sleeping. And then soul. For me, soul is many things. And this is, again, like how I view it in my wellness triad. For me, soul is my religion, spirituality in a different sense than religion. Like, I don't really know how to explain it right now, but religion, spirituality, all of those things. And then like what I feel called toward. So the Catholics are not going to like this. I'm Catholic, by the way. Love Catholicism, or I guess love Christianity. And I do love Catholicism. Don't love the Catholic Church. But I'm not going to get into it because that's personal. But the Catholics are not going to like that I enjoy the oracle cards. I enjoy astrology. I think it's really cool to like, like everything is energy. Scientifically, everything is energy. I think Albert Einstein literally said that. So that's why I believe in energy healing and oracle cards and spiritual stuff outside of my own like box of religion that I'm in. And I think it's really cool to have all of these different understandings and methods to work with when it comes to body and soul. So with that, I am a manifesting generator. I think that's part of my human design. And if you don't know what that means, just Google my human design. I think the lady's name is Zoe. And click on that one, put in your information, and it will tell you your human design. And I have been like really heavily leaning into that and focusing on that and living my life by that and kind of using it as a guide. So for me, I think my number one gift is like splenic authority. And that means that my intuition is very, very strong and very, very accurate. And it makes a lot of sense because when it comes to like, I can't even give clear examples, but my intuition is almost never off. I can't think of a time where it has been off. Like, for example, a couple weeks ago, my friend was like, should I text this boy? We ended really badly years and years and years ago, whatever. And I was like, yes, absolutely you should. And and I listened to the whole situation. I listened to what happened and I just felt it in my intuition. Yes, you should reconnect with this person. She was like, no, it's not going to work. You know, we ended really badly. But it reminded me of how my relationship with my now husband started. And we met in 8th grade and I was in love with him and I could not shake this feeling of being in love with this man. I don't know why. I have no idea why. Love him, but like he wasn't made out of gold, you know what I mean? But I loved him in 8th grade all up until now and forever. And I said to her, I just feel it. Like, I know what you're feeling. Because she's like, I've always been in love with him. And the way she was explaining it reminded me of how I felt before I started dating Brennan, who is my husband. And so she's like, it's not going to work. I'm like, I was pressuring her to text this boy. Pressuring. And she did. And guess what happened? They reconnected and had a great night together, and I think everything's still going well, so booyah. That's just an example of, I don't know if that's a very good example, but I don't know. I'm very like just aware of things. I'm almost never off when it comes to intuition and making decisions. I've been told by so many people that they feel seen around me and safe around me, and I'm easy to talk to and understand things and guide people well, so that is like such a big compliment to me. If you were like, you're the ugliest person in the world, but you have helped me in XYZ way, fine. I can live with that. In fact, I want to live with that. So yeah, I was talking about the soul, and then I got into my rant about spirituality, and then my rant about how I am intuitively genius, but it's true. I am. So yeah, that's the idea of like what Transcend is. I just want this to be a place where you can come when you feel like you need to relate to someone, when you feel like you need to learn something or want to learn more about something, when you need someone to feel supported by. I want this to be that space. I want this space to be as we are ever evolving. So that's why I come on here and ramble and ask you guys for suggestions, because I want this to be community led. I truly want it to feel like a space where it's your space and you come and you have input and it's built by all of us. And I think that's really cool. That's why I called it a collective, and Transcend is what I used to dream about calling my private practice if I ever had one, doing therapy. And that has not yet happened. Doesn't mean it never will, but right now, this is where Transcend sits. So I'm very excited to maybe continue recording. Like, if this turns out well, I think the camera's still on. I can see myself. If this goes well, hopefully I can keep recording videos, but it's like really, really weird. I'm not sure how to edit this video or attach the audio to it. So like, if you guys have to watch me picking my nose because there's no edits, then I'm so sorry about that. So yeah, I have like a list. Oh no. Okay, we're good. I have a list of like people that I would love to have on. My list is very long because I made a list of expanders, like for me, who are, again, people who have or represent what you want out of your life, and I'd love to talk to those people. So I'm really excited for the future because, like I said, I want my daughter to grow up thinking that she has the world by the bridges. And So I need to model that. And it's not like I feel like I need to model that and then I'm like faking it. Like I really want to be that person who just does whatever they want in like a responsible sense, of course. But like I said, things have happened in the past couple years that really put life into perspective and things into perspective. And, you know, I'm not going to live forever and the people I love aren't going to live forever. So take it day by day, live in the moment, and find things that make you feel good. Hopefully Transcend Collective is one of them. This is just like kind of a test episode. So let me know what you guys want to hear, what you want to talk about. Seriously, please let me know what you want to hear, because thinking of topics is so hard, you guys. I'm probably going to stop here because I just like want to see how this has gone. This is probably just, if this comes out, it'll be hilarious because I'm thinking about what I've probably said in the last, 20 minutes. What does that say? 77, 22. God, I feel it deep in my soul that like I am meant to be here, and I don't feel that way about many things. I am a very insecure person. So that's something that I'm working on, and I feel like this space will help me work on that and also be a space for you guys to come and just be. This is the start of something new. It feels so. So yeah, guys, welcome to Transcend Collective. This is crazy. I'm so excited.